guys and gals, so if you're wondering why I have re-uploaded this video, YouTube found out, or they caught me and saw the music on it, and so they got rid of the original version. So I'm doing a voiceover to the videos, and that way you guys can still keep it and watch it and love it forever and ever and ever. As always, start with a base or a primer. I used Urban Decay Primer Potion as usual. And you can get this at urbandecay.com, sephora.com, ulta.com, and I believe that you can even get it at a few Macy's around the country if you live in the US. But call your Macy's and see if you can get it there first. The first shade I applied was from MAC's Family Silver Mineralized Eyeshadow. This was a limited edition eyeshadow that came out in 2007. If you don't have it, don't worry. What you can do is just use a light silver that you may have just lying around. This shade that I used of silver was more for shimmer rather than for the actual silver color. So something like Idle Eyes by MAC would actually work pretty good. And of course I did it to both eyes. Ha! The next shade I applied was also from the same collection that came out in 2007, and it was the purple half from the Milady eyeshadow. If you don't have this purple, what you can use is you can use MAC Violet Pigment. It's a lot like this purple that I used. It's very similar in color to it. And MAC Violet Pigment is a permanent color. I don't see them ever getting rid of it because it's just so popular. It's such a popular purple that, don't worry, you'll be able to find it. And I applied it with my 252 brush. If you don't like that brush, use the Maxine's mop, the 3/8 inch Maxine's mop brush, because I mean that's a great brush to use, especially for doing a smoky eye. So, and just for getting a lot of color onto your lid. And then apply it again too to your lower lash line, and I used my 219 pencil brush by MAC. You can also use a small Maxine's mop brush if you get a 1/4 inch Maxine's mop brush, then you can use that to apply it with. Now this next step is the trickiest step, and it's applying black tide eyeshadow. I use my 224 brush, and for those of you who have a harder time getting a smoky eye, you may want to use the 224 brush and use it to your advantage. Because it's such a soft, fluffy brush, for me it picks up a little color. It doesn't pick up a lot of color at one time. So that's always something that you want to do when you're doing a smoky eye, because it's always easier to make a color look darker than it is to lighten it. And what I did when I was applying the eyeshadow with the black and with the brush, I went around in a circular motion. So I moved my finger so that the brush was going around in a circular motion rather than just doing the windshield wiper back and forth. And that kind of helps to create the smoky eye effect, and it also really helps with your blending too. Take the black tide also and apply it to your lower lash line. And I used my 219 brush, and again the same step or the same tip goes for the Maxine's mop brush. If you have a 1/4 inch Maxine's mop brush, you can use that too. And just apply it to the outer corner and blend inward. And that really helps to give that smoky effect along your lower lash line. Now what you can do instead of reapplying concealer with that step is you can also just take a fluffy brush and just brush it away and then apply your foundation if you hadn't already applied it. Now whenever I do a smoky eye, I always use my eye kohl because it's easier for me to smoke it out. and it's the blackest black that I have of my eyeliners. And by smoking it out, I mean when I smudge it out like this with my 219 pencil brush. I think, in my opinion, that's what really makes a smoky eye, is just having the eyeshadow and the darker color along your lash line smoked out. And once again, if you feel like you've gotten too much black, just take the purple eyeshadow and just kind of blend it in along the eyeliner, and then that, kind of softens the black, but at the same time still keeps that smoky look. And then do the same step like you did with your upper lash line with lining it. Line your lower lash line, but only line along the outer third of it. You don't want to line all the way across. And on this, I mean your lash line, not your waterline. So line along your lashes, at the base of your lashes, and then smoke it out with your 219 brush. And then go ahead and line your waterline. Now, if you don't know what the difference is between a waterline and a lash line, I have a site up on, or I have a post up on my blog, and I went through and colored in some pictures of mine to show the difference between a lash line and a waterline, just for those of you who are kind of confused and kind of lost and don't know what the difference is, or, anything like that. Apply a lovely little highlight to your brow bone, just underneath your brows. The brush I'm using here I got from Sally Beauty Supply. It was about $5, so I mean it's super cheap, and I love it for using it as my highlight brush. It says it's a shadow blending brush, but I just love it for my highlight whenever I apply my highlight eyeshadow. That's pretty much all I use it for too. Oh, I forgot, this is when I still had pink hair. I have not watched, like, my older videos, I don't really watch them. So, this is kind of like a new, old experience. Yeah, stinking YouTube caught on to me. So, if you are looking through my videos and you notice that I don't have any, or that this video isn't up anymore, that would be why. The blush that I am applying here is actually another limited edition blush. Use any sort of blush that you like that, I mean, if you have a favorite blush that you like to wear that. You don't have to wear the exact same blush that I use. That's just the blush that I wear, and it goes with my skin tone. It went with the look, so I used it. I make some really funny faces. And that lip gloss too, that lip gloss is also a limited edition color that I used. It came out in 2007 with the In 3D collection. So don't expect to find it on maccosmetics.com. But that's it. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Again, I apologize for YouTube taking it off and for having to repost this again. But I will see you guys later.